This week on Geek Crash Course. Wait, am I the doctor this time?
Yes, for I am the master.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's loud. Oh.
When Patrick Troughton left at the end of Season 6, the producers saw a chance to retool the entire show. Inspired by James Bond and seeking a cheaper way to make the series, the show and Doctor were grounded on Earth, with a new cast of military characters called Unit added to the series.
Now filmed in color with a decidedly 70s-era Doctor in the form of John Pertwee, the series took on more of an adventure feel, with monsters coming to Earth, attacking humanity, and being deflected by the Doctor and Unit. While the second Doctor era featured the first use of the sonic screwdriver, it became a full-on Bond-style gadget in the third Doctor's time, allowing him to do things like open locks, scan his surroundings, and even detonate landmines.
Another big addition to the series was the Master, a villainous fellow Time Lord who targeted humanity and repeatedly vexed the Doctor and his companions. Later, in the third Doctor era, the Doctor's knowledge of how to pilot the TARDIS was restored, allowing him to go on adventures to alien worlds. This is also the first era to mention the name of the Doctor's home planet, Gallifrey.
The third Doctor was very much in the James Bond swashbuckling adventure mode. From his swanky suits to his sublime collection of vehicles to his knowledge of Venusian Aikido, this was a Doctor built for action.
In terms of his outfit, the third Doctor was a bit of a dandy, dressed in frilly shirts and velvet smoking jackets. Pertwee's Doctor was also a fan of the Inverness cape.
His time working with Unit and general frustration with being trapped on Earth left this Doctor one with a sort of authoritarian superiority, but he also had a lot of heart and a penchant for occasional comedy. A big catchphrase of his was, "Reverse the polarity of the neutron flow," which became the go-to techno-babble for his character.
The third Doctor's regeneration, the first so named in the series, into the fourth was a result of exposure to radiation at the hands of psychic spiders on Metabellus 3. His change into the fourth Doctor was also psychically guided by another Time Lord. The third Doctor was the first to steal his outfit from a hospital dressing room. This would become a recurring gag in the series, repeated by the 8th and 11th Doctors. The third Doctor's earthbound time stretched the idea of the companion as a fellow traveler, but in his time at Unit, the third Doctor worked and traveled with
Brigadier General Alistair Gordon Lethbridge Stewart, who first met the Doctor in his second incarnation, but rose to prominence in the third Doctor era as the head of the United Nations Intelligence Task Force, or UNIT. He's a headstrong leader with a formidable mustache.
Other Unit personnel who recur in this era included Captain Mike Yates and Sergeant Benton, loyal soldiers under the Brigadier.
Liz Shaw is the Doctor's first assistant during his time as Unit's scientific advisor. A capable scientist in her own right, Shaw ends up leaving off-screen after her only season, telling the Brigadier that all the Doctor really needs is someone to hold his test tubes and tell him how brilliant he is.
Jo Grant starts out as a junior civilian officer in Unit, but is assigned to the Doctor as his assistant. She's a bit of a scatterbrained blonde type, but she's also a great assistant to the third Doctor and helps him on the majority of his adventures.
Sarah Jane Smith begins as a reporter investigating Unit, but ends up aboard the TARDIS fighting the Sontarans. She and the third Doctor journey together for the third Doctor's last season in the role before his regeneration into his fourth incarnation. Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart, or The Brig, worked with many of the other Doctors too, including the 4th, 5th, and 7th on screen, and the 6th and 8th in audio form. After the passing of Nicholas Courtney, the character was mentioned as passing to the 11th Doctor. A later story, The Power of Three, featured his daughter, Kate Stewart. The third Doctor era is notable for introducing a lot of classic monsters who've appeared in the modern series, like the Sontarans in The Time Warrior, the Silurians in The Silurians, and the Autons in
Spearhead from Space. This is the first third Doctor story and is a great introduction to his character, the team at Unit, and the general feel of the era.
The Claws of Axos might not be everyone's favorite, but it features a very cool monster and a fun appearance by the villainous Master.
The Three Doctors is the 10th anniversary special and featured the first, second, and third Doctors battling one of the first ever Time Lords, Omega.
What's your favorite Third Doctor adventure? Let us know in the comments below, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss us regenerate into the Fourth Doctor era next month.
The Autons, villains of the Third Doctor's first story, Spearhead from Space, are notable for being the first monster of the modern series in 2005's Rose.
That is it for the third of our Doctor Who anniversary specials. Make sure you subscribe so you can join us next month for our Fourth Doctor episode and next week for a different installment of Geek Crash Course.
Until then, if you have any questions, you can find us on Twitter, Facebook, and our website, geekcrashcourse.com.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week
on Geek Crash Course.
Oh, that's loud. Oh, I don't like that. No, oh, so sonic.